so excited to be able to learn about them. If you have a favourite animal or a favourite breed of dog, please leave it in the comments below because I read all of them, and this series runs on user suggestion. So leave me something so I can make a video for you. And without any further ado, please remember that I cannot pronounce scientific terminology or scientific names. And let's get into this Wikipedia reading. The German Shepherd, the Deutsche Schäferhund, that's a German pronunciation, is a breed of medium to large size working dog that originated in Germany. In the English language, the breed's official recognized name is German Shepherd Dog, the GSD. The breed was officially known as the Alsatian in the UK from about the First World War until 1977, when its name was changed back to German Shepherd. Despite its primitive wolf-like appearance, the German Shepherd is a relatively modern breed of dog, with their origins dating back to 1899. Wow, interesting. As a herding dog, German Shepherds are working dogs developed originally for herding sheep. Since that time, however, because of their strength, intelligence, trainability and obedience, German Shepherds around the world are often preferred breeds for many types of work, including disability assistance, search and rescue, police and military roles, and acting. The German Shepherd is the second most recognized breed by the American Kennel Club and seventh most registered breed by the Kennel Club in the United Kingdom. On to the description. German Shepherds are medium to large sized dogs. The breed's standard height is 60 to 65 centimeters, which is 24 to 26 inches for males, and 55 to 60 centimeters, which is 22 to 24 inches for females. German Shepherds are longer than they are tall, with an ideal proportion of 10 to 8.5. The AKC official breed standard does not set a standard weight range. They have a domed forehead, a long square-cut muzzle with strong jaws, and a black nose. The eyes are medium-sized and brown. The ears are large and stand erect, open at the front and parallel, but they are often pulled back during movement. A German Shepherd has a long neck which is raised when excited and lowered when moving at a fast pace, as well as stalking. The tail is bushy and reaches to the hock. German Shepherds have a double coat, which is close and dense with a thick undercoat. The coat is accepted in two variants of medium and long. The long hair gene is recessive, making the long hair variety rarer. Treatment of the long hair variation differs across standards. They are accepted but not competed with standard coated dogs under the German and UK kennel clubs, while they can compete with standard coated dogs but are considered a fault in the American Kennel Club. The FCI accepted the long hair type in 2010, listing it as a Variety B, while the short hair type is listed as the Variety A. Most commonly, German Shepherds are either tan/black or red/black. Most colour varieties have black masks and black body markings which can range classic saddle to an overall blanket. Rare colour variations include the sable, pure black, pure white, light silver, pure white, liver silver, blue, and panda varieties. The all black and sable varieties are acceptable according to most standards. However, the blue and liver are considered to be serious faults, and the all white is grounds for instant disqualification from showing in conformation at all breed and speciality shows. Interesting. Intelligence. German Shepherds were bred specifically for their intelligence. In a list of breeds most likely to bark as watchdogs, Stanley Gorin ranked their breed in second place. Coupled with their strength, this trait makes the breed desirable as police, guard, and search and rescue dogs, as they are able to quickly learn various tasks and interpret instructions better than other breeds. Temperament. German Shepherds are moderately active dogs and are described in breed standards as self-assured. The breed is marked by a willingness to learn and an eagerness to have a purpose. They are curious, which makes them excellent guard dogs and suitable for search missions. They can become overprotective of their family and territory, especially if not socialized correctly. They are not inclined to become immediate friends with strangers. German Shepherds are highly intelligent and obedient, as well as protective of their owners. Aggression and biting. While an Australian report from 1999 provides statistics showing that German Shepherds are the breed third most likely to attack a person in some Australian locales, once their popularity is taken into account, the percentage of the GSD attacks drops down to the 38th. According to the National Geographic Channel television show Dangerous Encounters, the bite of a German Shepherd has a force of over 1,060 newtons, compared with that of a Rottweiler of over 1,180 to 1,460 newtons, a Pit Bull, which is 1,050 newtons, or a Labrador Retriever, which is 1,000, or a human, which is 380. Now on to modern breeds. The modern German Shepherd breed is criticized by some for straying away from Max von Stephanit's original ideology that German Shepherds should be bred primarily as working dogs and that breeding should be strictly controlled to eliminate defects quickly. He believed that, above all else, German Shepherds should be bred for intelligence and working ability. Controversy. The Kennel Club in the United Kingdom is involved in a dispute with German Shepherd breed clubs about the issue of soundness in the show strain of the breed. The show strains have been bred with an extremely sloping top line back that causes poor gait in the hind legs. Working pedigree lines, such as those in common use as service dogs, generally retain the traditional straight back of the breed. The debate was catalyzed when the issue was raised in the BBC documentary Pedigree Dogs Exposed, which said that critics of the breed describe it as half dog, half frog. An orthopedic vet remarked image of dogs in a show ring that they were not normal. The Kennel Club's position is that this issue of soundness is not a simple difference of opinion. It is the fundamental issue of the breed's essential conformation and movement. The Kennel Club has decided to retrain judges to penalise dogs suffering these problems. Good on you. The Kennel Club also recommends testing for haemophilia and hip dysplasia, other common problems with the breed. That's very good that they made those changes, and I hope that any problems can be, sorted out in the long run. Now on to the East European Shepherd. The East European Shepherd is a variety of the German Shepherd bred in the former Soviet Union, with the purpose of creating a larger, more cold-resistant version of the German Shepherd. It lacks the physical deformities bred into the western show lines of German Shepherds, and has become one of Russia's most popular dog types. Wow, I would love to meet an East European Shepherd, I think. A King Shepherd. The King Shepherd is a variety of the German Shepherd bred in the United States. Its breeders hoping to rectify the physical deformities that have been bred into the original breed. The Shiloh Shepherd. The Shiloh Shepherd is a variety of the German Shepherd bred in the United States. It was developed in the 1970s and 1980s to correct behavioural and conformational issues that have been bred into the modern German Shepherds. It was bred for large size, length of their back, temperament, and soundness of hips. It has been recognised by the American Rare Breed Association since 1990. Now on to the White Shepherd. The White Shepherd, interesting, is a variety of the German Shepherd bred in the United States. White-coated German Shepherds were once banned from registration in their native Germany, but the United States and Canada, the coloration gained a following, and a breed club was formed specifically for white-coloured German Shepherds, calling their variety the White Shepherd. The variety is recognised as a separate breed by the United Kennel Club. Interesting. The White Swiss Shepherd Dog. The White Swiss Shepherd Dog is a variety of the German Shepherd bred in Switzerland. It descends from the American White Shepherds. The first stud dog of what became the breed was an American dog born in 1966 that was imported to Switzerland. The variety was recognised by the Fédération Cynologique Internationale as a separate breed in 2003, and it is now recognised by a number of national kennel clubs. Now on to use as a working dog. German Shepherds are a popular selection for use as working dogs. They are known for being easy to train and good for performing tasks and following instructions. They are especially well known for their police work, being used for tracking criminals, patrolling troubled areas and detection, and holding of suspects. Additionally, thousands of German Shepherds have been used by the military. Usually trained for scout duty, they are used to warn soldiers to the presence of enemies, or of booby traps, or other hazards. German Shepherds have also been trained by military groups to parachute from aircraft, or as anti-tank weapons. They were used in World War II as a messenger dog and rescue dogs and personal guard dogs. A number of these dogs were taken home by foreign servicemen who were impressed by their intelligence. The German Shepherd is one of the most widely used breeds in a wide variety of scent work roles. These include search and rescue, cadaver searching, narcotics detection, explosive detection, accelerant detection, and mine detection dog, among others. They are suited for these lines of work because of their keen sense of smell and their ability to work regardless of distractions. At one time, the German Shepherd was the breed chosen almost exclusively to be used as a guide dog for the visually impaired. When the formal guide dog training began in Switzerland in the 1920s under the leadership of Dorothy Eustace, all of the dogs trained were German Shepherd females. An experiment in temperament testing of a group of Labrador Retrievers and German Shepherds showed that the Retrievers scored higher on average in emotional stability and ability to recover promptly from frightening situations, cooperative behaviour, and friendliness, while the German Shepherds were superior in aggression and defensive behaviour. These results suggested that Labrador Retrievers were more suitable to guide dog work, while German Shepherds were more suitable to police work. Interesting. Currently, Labradors and Golden Retrievers are more widely used for this work, although there are still German Shepherds being trained. In 2013, about 15% of the dogs trained by Guide Dogs of America are German Shepherds, while the remainder are Labrador Retrievers and Golden Retrievers. Interesting. The Guide Dogs for the Blind Association in the United Kingdom trains some German Shepherds, while the comparable organisation in the US only trains Labrador Retrievers, Golden Retrievers, and crosses between these breeds. German Shepherds are still used for herding and tending sheep grazing in meadows next to gardens and crop fields. They are expected to patrol the boundaries to keep sheep from trespassing and damaging the crops. In Germany and other places, these skills are tested in utility dog trials known as HGH, herding utility dog trials. One Mexican German Shepherd, Suyaki, was dissected and his body put on display at the Sedena's Narco Museum in Mexico. He is regarded to be the dog who has captured the most drugs in Mexican police and military history. Interesting. Onto history. In 2018, a genetic study found that just prior to 1859, a broadly distributed European herding dog had given rise to the German Shepherd dog, the French Berger Picard, and 5 Italian herding breeds, the Bergamasco Shepherd, Cane Pastore, Lupino del Gigante, Pastor d'Europa, and the Pastor della Lesina e della Gori. I definitely slaughtered those names. During the 1850s, attempts were being made to standardise dog breeds. Dogs were bred to preserve traits that assisted in their job of herding sheep and protecting their flocks from predators. In Germany, this was practiced with local communities, where shepherds selected and bred dogs. It was recognised that the breed had the necessary skills for herding sheep, such as intelligence, speed, strength, and keen sense of smell. The results were dogs that were able to do such things, but that differed significantly both in appearance and ability from one locality to another. stands for native dog breeds in Germany. The society disbanded after only 3 years due to ongoing internal conflicts regarding the traits in dogs that the society should promote. Some members believe that dogs should be bred solely for working purposes, while others believe dogs should also be bred for appearance. While unsuccessful in their goal, the Phylax Society had inspired people to pursue standardizing dog breeds independently. With the rise of large industrialized cities in Germany, the predator population began to decline, rendering sheepdogs unnecessary. At the same time, the awareness of sheepdogs as a versatile, intelligent class of canine began to rise. Max von Stephanitz, an ex-cavalry captain and former student of the Berlin Veterinary College, was an ex-member of the Phylax Society who firmly believed that dogs should be bred for working. He admired the intelligence, strength and ability of Germany's native sheepdogs, but could not find any one single breed that satisfied him as the perfect working dog. In 1899, von Stephanitz was attending a dog show when he was shown a dog named Hector Lincolnshire. Hector was the product of a few generations of selective breeding and completely fulfilled what von Stephanitz believed a working dog should be. He was pleased with the strength of the dog and was so taken by the animal's intelligence, loyalty, and beauty that he purchased him immediately. After purchasing the dog, he changed his name to Horand von Grafenrath, and von Stephanitz founded the Verein für das Schafhund, Society for German Shepherd Dogs. Horand was declared to be the first German Shepherd dog and was the first dog added to the Society's breed register. In just a few decades of the Verein für das Schafhund's establishment, the breed became one of the world's most popular and numerous, a position it has maintained to this day. By 1923, a Verein für das Schafhund claimed 50,000 dues-paying members in more than 500 branches in Germany alone. Wow, that's nuts. Horand became the center point of the breeding programs, and he was bred with dogs belonging to other society members that displayed desirable traits, and with dogs from Thuringia, Franconia, and Württemberg. Fathering many pups, Horand's most successful was Hector von Schwaben. Hector was inbred with another of Horand's offspring and produced Heinz von Stangbird, Beowulf, and Pilot, who later fathered a total of 84 pups, mostly through being inbred with Hector's other offspring. This inbreeding was deemed necessary in order to fix the traits being sought in the breed. In the original German Shepherd study book Zuchtbuch für das Schafhund, within the 2 pages of entries from blah blah blah, there were 4 wolf crosses. Interesting. Beowulf's progeny were also inbred, and it is from these pups that all German Shepherds draws a genetic link. It is believed that the Society's accomplished its goal mostly due to von Stephanitz's strong, uncompromising leadership, and he is therefore credited with being the creator of the German Shepherd dog. Adolf Hitler acquired a German Shepherd named Prinz in 1921 during his years of poverty, but he had been forced to lodge the dog elsewhere. However, she managed to escape and return to him. That's very sweet. Hitler, who adored the loyalty and obedience of the dog, thereafter developed a great liking for the breed. Holocaust victim Benjamin Jacobs described running away from German Shepherd dogs who harassed his family at Auschwitz extermination camp, where over 1 million people were murdered. Wow. century, the German Shepherd dog came to be strongly identified with Imperial and Nazi Germany because of the breed's association with purity and militarism. It's very sad that an event like this in history can change people's perceptions of something like an animal. Of course, it's, not the animal's fault that it is associated with Nazi Germany. And, of course, I think that reputation has changed very significantly, but, very sad that a dog, obviously that highly intelligent and loyal, could be misused for such nefarious and evil purposes. The breed was named Deutscher Schafhund by von Stefanitz, literally translating to German Shepherd dog. The breed was so named due to its original purpose of assisting shepherds in herding and protecting sheep. At the time, all other herding dogs in Germany were referred to by this name. They thus became known as Old Deutsche Schafhund, or Old German herding dogs. The direct translation of the name was adopted for use in the original breed registry. However, at the conclusion of World War I, it was believed that the inclusion of the word German would harm the breed's popularity. Due to the anti-German sentiment of the era, the breed was officially renamed by the UK Kennel Club to Alsatian Wolfdog, after the French region of Alsace bordering Germany. This name was also adopted by many other international kennel clubs. Interesting. I wonder how successful that move was. Eventually the appendage wolf dog was dropped after numerous campaigns by breeders who were worried that becoming known as a wolf dog hybrid would affect the breed's popularity and legality. The name Alsatian remained for 5 decades, until 1977, when successful campaigns by dog enthusiasts pressured the British kennel clubs to allow the breeding to be registered again as German Shepherds. The word Alsatian still appeared in parentheses as part of the formal breed name and was only removed in 2010. Very interesting. Now, onto the popularity. When the UK Kennel accepted registrations in 1919, 54 German Shepherds were registered. By 1926, this number had grown to over 8,000. The breed gained international recognition after the end of World War I. Returning soldiers spoke highly of the breed, and animals actors Rin Tin Tin and Strongheart popularized the breed further. The first German Shepherd dog registered in the United States was Queen of Switzerland. Her offspring suffered from defects as the result of poor breeding, which caused the breed to suffer a decline in popularity during the late 1920s. Popularity increased again after the German Shepherd Siegerpfeffer became the 1937 and the 1938 Grand Victor in American Kennel Club dog shows, only to suffer another decline at the conclusion of World War II due to anti-German sentiment. Popularity increased gradually until 1993, when they became the third most popular breed in the United States as of 2016. The German Shepherd is the second most popular breed in the US. Wow. Additionally, the breed is typically among the most popular in other registries. The German Shepherd dog's physique is very well suited to competing in shows and competitions such as agility trials. On to health. Many common ailments of the German Shepherd are a result of the inbreeding practiced which may cause the dog to experience pain later on in life and may cause arthritis. A study conducted by the University of Zurich found that 45% of the police working dogs were affected by degenerative spinal stenosis, although a small sample size was used. The Orthopedic Foundation of Animals found that 19.1% of German Shepherds are affected by hip dysplasia. There are, however, ways to prevent hip dysplasia. They include making sure you get them from a good breeder, keeping them on a healthy diet and limiting the amount of jumping or rough play. German Shepherds have a low frequency of ear infections, since this breed is well known for hyperactivity of its serum-producing glands. According to a recent survey in the UK, the median lifespan of German Shepherds is 10.95 years, which is normal for a dog of their size. Now onto degenerative myelopathy. A neurological disease occurs with enough regularity, specifically in the breed, to suggest that the breed is predisposed to it. A very inexpensive DNA saliva test is now available to screen for degenerative myelopathy. Test screens for the mutated gene that has been seen in dogs with degenerative myelopathy. A small study in the UK showed that 16% of young asymptomatic GSDs to be homozygous, with a further 38% being carriers. Now that a test is available, the disease can be bred out of breeds with a high preponderance. The test is only recommended for predisposed breeds, but can be performed on DNA samples from any dog, collected through swabbing the inside of the animal's cheek with a sterile cotton swab. Prospective German Shepherd buyers can now request the test from the breeder or buy from a breeder that is known to test their dogs. Additionally, German Shepherds have a higher than normal incidence on von Willebrand disease, a common inherited bleeding disorder, and exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, a degenerative disease of the pancreas. It is estimated that 1% of the UK GSD population suffers from this disease. Treatment is usually provided in the form of pancreatic supplements taken with food. Now, skeletal health and supplementation. Musculoskeletal disorders are debilitating conditions that are often associated with genetic makeup, malnutrition, and stress-related events. Some breeds, like the German Shepherd, are predisposed to a variety of different skeletal disorders, including, but not limited to, canine hip dysplasia, cauda equina syndrome, and osteoarthritis. These conditions can be a result of poor breeding or induced by intense exercise and poor diet. Canine hip dysplasia is an orthopedic condition resulting from abnormal development of the hip joint and surrounding tissue, causing the instability and partial dislocation of the hip joint, resulting in pain, inflammation, lameness, and potentially osteoarthritis of the joint. German Shepherds are genetically predisposed to CHD, and the University of Veterinary Medicine in Germany found its prevalence estimated to be approximately 35% of veterinary cases associated with the disorder. Osteoarthritis is one of the main contributors of musculoskeletal pain and disabilities that commonly affect German Shepherds. Mechanical stress, oxidative damage, and inflammatory mediators combine to induce the gradual degradation of the articular cartilage in the joint, resulting in reduced muscle muscle mass, pain, and locomotion. It is essential to feed a well-balanced diet designed for large breeds like the German Shepherd to ensure adequate growth rates and proper maintenance of musculoskeletal health. Dietary energy levels should be monitored and controlled throughout all life stages, and activity levels of the German Shepherd to assist in the prevention and treatment of musculoskeletal disorder symptoms. Several dietary factors play a crucial role in maintaining skeletal health and are described as follows. Appropriate calcium levels are vital in developing a strong skeletal system and aid in preventing orthopedic diseases like canine hip dysplasia. Furthermore, the ratio of calcium and phosphorus must be balanced at a recommended ratio of 1.2 to 1 to ensure proper bone development and structure. Imbalances in calcium and phosphorus levels can result in various skeletal complications. Excess phosphorus can produce lesions in bones, whereas excessive calcium can lead to hypocalcemia and result in excessive bone deposition, interfering with normal bone development. In extreme circumstances of insufficient calcium intake, bone reabsorption can occur due to the bone withdrawing calcium deposits from the skeletal frame as a last resort to fulfill dietary needs. Omega-3 fatty acids have been shown to be highly effective in the prevention of cartilage catabolism in vitro models, suggesting that its supplementation in food could aid in decreasing the symptoms of osteoarthritis in German Shepherds. Furthermore, EPA and DHA inhibit key regulators of the inflammatory process and suppress their activation, which can help alleviate pain and reduce inflamed joints associated with many skeletal disorders. Ensuring an appropriate ratio of omega-3 to omega-6 fatty acids of approximately 5 to 1 is very important for the inflammation processes. Animals source specifically marine life, such as fish, krill, and mussels, and plant sources such as flaxseed, soybean, and canola oil are particularly rich in omega-3 fatty acids. Glucosamine is an amino monosaccharide that naturally occurs in all tissues, particularly in articular cartilage of joints and from biosynthesis of glucose. Natural synthesis of glucosamine occurs in the extracellular matrix of articular cartilage in joints. However, as a result of damage to the joint or cartilage, there is a decreased ability to synthesize glucosamine, resulting in the deterioration of the joint, and supplementation is required. Clinical trials of long-term administration of glucosamine in German Shepherds have reduced symptoms of degenerative joint disease and accelerated cartilage healing. Anti-inflammatory effects of glucosamine are believed to contribute to the reduction of pain, promote joint recovery and mobility, and prevent further cartilage degradation. Similarly, chondroitin supplementation is proposed to have comparable results in inhibiting degradative enzymes with the cartilage matrix to reduce the effects of osteoarthritis. But further research is required to assess long-term benefits. Vitamins such as A and D also have crucial roles in bone development and maintenance by regulating bone and calcium metabolism. Adequate levels should be incorporated into a German Shepherd diet to promote a healthy musculoskeletal system. Now onto German Shepherd Shepherds in popular culture. German Shepherds have been featured in a wide variety of media. In 1921, Strongheart became one of the earliest canine film stars and was followed in 1922 by Rin Tin Tin, who is considered the most famous German Shepherd. Both have stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Batman's dog, Ace the Bat Hound, appeared in the Batman comic books initially in 1955 through 1964. Between 1964 and 2007, his appearances were sporadic. A German Shepherd named Inspector X is the star of an Austrian police procedural drama program of the same name, which won many awards, where German Shepherd Rex assists the Vienna Kriminalpolizei homicide unit. The show was aired in many languages. Cantor was a famous and very successful police dog in Hungary in the 1950s and early 1960s. After his death, his story was popularized by a 2-volume novel by Rudolf Sommersos titled Cantor, the Detective, and Cantor in the Metropolis. The novel wasn't entirely historically accurate. In 1975, a television miniseries titled Cantor was also created, which was only very loosely based on the actual dog's story, setting the events more than a decade after the real Cantor died. Nevertheless, it became one of the staple productions of Hungarian television history, making German Shepherds the most popular dog breed in the country ever since. And that, I think, is the end of the German Shepherd Wikipedia. It's interesting that most Wikipedia pages that I read end up being about 50 minutes long. And I've thought about it and I really wonder, do they purposely try to make them all around the same length? I'm not exactly sure, but it's a good length of video to fall asleep to, I think. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this opportunity to have a rest, a pause, a break, a reprieve, and I'll see you very soon.